Welcome back. This is the third match of today between Thangarth and Sui. 1-1 up for each player at the moment. This is the last match from the best out of 3 for the Nijmegen Student StarCraft League. I am Happy Sappy and I will be casting this game together with Ezekiel.
Good afternoon.
And let's see what both of these players are up to this time. This map is chosen by Sui and Tiga's Shipyard. There we have the good luck, have fun wishes for the last game.
Quite a large map compared to the last one, though the positions are fairly close, so we may see some pretty aggressive play from one or both of the players when they work out that they're actually this close to each other. Pylons down, early scout out from Thangarth.
Very early scout indeed, straight after the pylon.
Maybe a cannon rush if he finds early enough, but I don't think he's gonna walk into Sui.
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks to me as though he wants to do some early aggression, and therefore he scouts really early to make sure he knows where the opponent is.
The Sui's gateway earlier than Thangarth.
Yeah.
And he goes Thangarth. And here comes Sui's scout, looking to go over to the east side of the map, or just...
He looks like he's going cross-positional. Oh no, he has changed his mind.
He's heading right towards Thangarth's base, while Thangarth's Pro is still searching for Sui's base. Thangarth's gas is down, as is Sui's.
So even though Thangarth moved out really early, Sui has found the opponent way earlier. This is quite funny. First gas finishing up for Thangarth, instantly saturating it.
Sui's gonna have the gateway ever so slightly before.
And look at that, Sui has stolen one of the assimilators from Thangarth. So trying to deny him some gas is being a little nuisance. However, it shouldn't really change Thangarth's build, because you usually start off with one assimilator anyway. So it's no big deal. It hurts more if you do it for a Terran. He lets it finish as well, so 75 resources lost.
Yeah, though the time that Sui's going to have to spend with his first stalkers attacking that may mean that Sui can get his army down and maybe set up a containment outside Thangarth's base.
Double gas for Sui.
Straight into that. Going to be some walkgate research for both players.
Yeah, and there is the first Zealot starting to work on that assimilator.
Well, the lead in inverted commas is switching between players at the moment. Thangarth's getting his second gateway before Sui, but Sui's going to have walk research done first, and there goes his second gateway. No harvesters, no probes on the second harvester for Sui yet.
If you look at the amount of workers, they are still equal. However, Thangarth has managed to make 2 offensive units already. This is most likely due to this right here, the early robotics facility for Sui. So it looks like he's doing a different build opposite the last 2 games that he's played. Maybe he noticed that the Immortals were quite effective in the last game and the game before, and that he thinks of using them himself now.
Robo halfway done there. While Thangarth just adds on more warp gates. Well, gateways for now. Put down his own gas eventually, second assimilator. Another pylon. Fairly passive play from both people at the moment.
Yeah, they're just building up forces. Neither of them have expanded yet, so they are somewhat careful this game.
Thangarth's putting down a proxy pylon there in the base between the 2 of them. Could come in useful.
Yeah, indeed. It's a very nice place because it's on the high ground, it's very close to the natural, and if you walk past it as Sui, you won't be able to see it unless you actually move up into the turret. So it's a very nice pylon that will really allow you to play quite aggressive. And here are the first targets moving out across the field. So it looks like as though Thangarth wants to get something going.
Basically the exact same army, with the exception of that Zealot.
Yeah, and now there's 4 more targets being warped in. However, Sui has got an Immortal out.
the advantage of everything, double the warp gateways of your opponent.
Here he comes, peeking up the ramp, and force field traps 3 Stalkers, so they will certainly be killed. There we go. So little loss for Thangarth, and he is falling back at the moment as he saw that Immortal and knows that he cannot really push into the main at the moment. So he's retreating back to his base. Meanwhile, he is getting his natural expansion going. On the Twilight Council being made. So we're looking for some Blink Stalker most likely. He's not using his chrono boost that much. He's nearly on full energy. That
so he discovers
is a bit of a waste.
So we're discovering Thangarth's proxy pylon and expanding when he has the crystal to do it.
Yeah, he has got the worker in place to do it indeed. You should be seeing it. There it is. Observer meanwhile scouting out everything Thangarth has. So that's very nice for him. He knows what's going on. He has seen the Twilight Council. As you can see here. He now also spots the Nexus being made. So he knows exactly what is going on in Thangarth's base.
Well, Thangarth doesn't necessarily know that his opponent has expanded yet. Does know about a gateway.
And here comes a little peek from Sui as he feels quite comfortable with the observing, knowing what Thangarth has. He knows he's made that Nexus and therefore has spent a lot of crystal on his buildings and not on the army.
Sui deciding he needs more gateways after his expansion's gone down. And Brobo doing nothing particular.
Force fields here cutting off most of the army from Sui, making him lose a lot of Stalkers while the Immortals are desperately trying to get in range.
All but 1 sentry down for each side, both sides.
It looks as though Sui will be able to quite easily muscle through this with these Immortals though.
Yeah.
Now Thangarth is in a very dire position.
Put a micro for these zealots and Sui will be able to walk right into Thangarth's expansion and potentially kill the entire mineral line.
It does look that way. Even though he has enough warp gates, he can't really fend off this much. He'll need 2 cycles at least. Meanwhile, reinforcements are coming across the map. Probes pulled off the line.
2 Stalkers for Thangarth while Sui sits on 7 and 2 Immortals. Much stronger position. This Nexus will fall, and you get the feeling that Thangarth may GG out before so very long.
Yeah, if you look at the units killed, very big advantage for Sui. Also workers killed, 8 workers, opposite to 0. All the drones being pulled off here, making a nice little train, not actually doing that much. And yeah, I don't see Thangarth recovering from this.
No.
Yeah, there he goes. He calls it as well. He sees there is no point in continuing.
If only he'd managed to get Blink down earlier, he might have just been able to manage this fight a little better and survive without losing his entire army.
Yeah, I think the scouting, the observer really made a big difference here for Sui, because he spotted that Thangarth had made his expansion and that he didn't have that big an army, while he knew himself that he had a way bigger one. So he just pushed out and just overwhelmed him really.